Hey, this is James from All Hail Internal Combustion. Got another project going. Make sure you like and subscribe. But we're doing the doodle bug restoration here. This thing's probably sitting for 4, maybe even 5 years. A buddy of mine gave it to me, said he had no room to ride it. If I could get it running, you know, he was happy. So, yeah, it's sat. I never actually got it running. I think I did fire it up and it shut back off, and the gas tank was compromised, and I just kind of let it sit because I had the pit bike. But now the kids are a little bit older. It'd be cool to get them riding on this. So obviously the chain is very rusty, and bike's not rolling very easy. So we're gonna spray that down with some PB Blaster just to free that up. You can see it's actually got a bind right there. But if you spray these down, usually you can get them to, you know, don't be afraid to use it. You don't want to spray inside that centrifugal clutch too much, though. But if we need to get a new one, that's okay.
We could take the old one apart and clean it.
So we'll spray that down, let it sit. Another thing, the carburetor's off of it. I have it downstairs. The motor did spin over a little bit. We didn't want to move it too much. But probably the next thing we'll do is go ahead and take the spark plug wire, take the spark plug out, and obviously might need to do something about our spark plug wire. Looks like it's still connected, but some of these are like thread in, so still feels pretty tight. I'm going to spray a little bit of PB Blaster on that rusty spark plug there. Yeah, it came right out. We're good.
When you take your spark plug out, you want to make sure you get the biggest wrench you possibly can.
Oh yeah. Looks like it was running pretty healthy. Maybe not that old of a spark plug. The electrode's still perfect. Yeah. Of course, it doesn't smell like anything. It wasn't running. I'm gonna carbon choke these pine needles I didn't see. So there's some pine needles down in here, and actually before I spray them, I'm gonna put my spark plug back in there. And get my blow chuck and blow those pine needles out of there, so that hopefully they won't fall down in the cylinder. Foreign objects in the cylinder are never good. Alright, pull that spark plug back out. We're going to put a little bit of PB Blaster down in the cylinder. Now, it's not frozen up or anything, but we don't want it running dry. So we'll let that settle in there a little bit. While that's settling, we'll pull this out and check to see if it's got oil and what condition that looks like it's in. It does have oil, and it actually smells fairly used, but not burnt. We could wipe that off. Probably want to stand the bike up nice and true if you want a good accurate measurement. This will end up getting an oil change as well, for certain. Just because you never know. Carburetor could have been dumping fuel in it. Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, actually oil smells pretty good. It's black, but it smells good. So now that PB Blaster's had a moment to soak in, we'll go ahead. Feels like it's starting to loosen up a little bit. Let that PB Blaster wipe some more. So we'll oh yeah, that turns over nice and easy. Now you can do a proper compression test, but smaller motors I usually just use my finger, and if it pushes my finger off, it's got compression. So seems like it's doing pretty good. So I'm going to clean this spark plug up. We'll pop it back in there. We'll squirt some carbon choke cleaner in there and see if it fires up. So if it fires up, then we can move forward on fixing the rest of the bike up. We'll get right back with you. Alright, so we cleaned up our spark plug. I just cleaned the rust off the outside of it with the bench grinder. I cleaned the spark plug with a bench grinder too on the wire wheel. Not the best way to do it, but it's a good way to clean it up real quick. So what we're going to do now is put the spark plug back in. I got this little spark tester from Harbor Freight. I think it was $3.99 when it was on sale.
What a bargain!
That's like a test light that plugs in, plugs right in. So you ground it out through the spark plug. Plug this end into the spark plug boot and spin it over. Alright, so we're getting spark. I'm going to cut our kill switch off. See if we get spark now. Turn the switch back on and we got spark again. I'd say if we unhook this guy, put this into here, we got compression and we got spark. So, little squirt of gas. Well, it ain't starting. Let's put a little bit more in there. Didn't need much.
Oh, she wanted to take off on you.
So we were putting a little bit more fuel than air in there. So we'll give it a little squirt.
Oh, trying to take off on you again.
So it starts. Probably run a little bit better with the air being choked off from the carburetor, but I don't hear anything detrimental in there. So we'll dig the carburetor out of the basement and clean that up. We'll do a little short video on cleaning the carburetor up from this. Now be aware that this kind of motor really could apply to things like your snow blower. There's lots of equipment that has side post mounted stuff like this, but also these techniques could apply to a lot of your push mowers and even your ride mowers. Now some of the newer riding mowers have V motors in them and they have vacuum diaphragm carburetors. That kind of stuff's a little different and can be more complicated and a lot more frustrating. But the carburetors on these are very basic. They're just kind of small and hard to clean at times. This carburetor is going to be even smaller than our General Joe's project, but I think that this thing will turn out all right, and I'm sure we'll be able to source a carburetor if for some reason the one we have is missing parts, or which it's been sitting for a long time, missing parts, or if it doesn't work for some reason. So we're going to work on getting this chain loosened up. We're going to do go ahead and check everything else on this thing, make sure we didn't miss anything, but we'll get back with you with a carburetor video. So this has been James from All Hail Internal Combustion. Make sure you like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.